All right. Driving me nuts.
Is that better?
Should be. This was on me. Actually, it was on the computer.
I think it was on. I watched you change it.
I was.
Somebody let me know right now. You got sound or not?
I'm watching.
All right.
We're good now.
Everybody's so quick to say no sound. I need somebody to go, fixed it.
There we go.
Scott Tonker, thank you for the birthday wish. I'm glad you folks missed the birthday song. Yes, I'm 63 today.
So old.
And I honestly could not care less. I mean, I'm the father of a 17-year-old
of time
and a
multiple
13-year-old.
generations.
And then my daughter turned 28 yesterday. Kyle turned 26 on Tuesday. Is that right? He turned 26 on the 23rd.
And something like that.
And then today is my birthday. Kendall will be 30 in January.
You think we can get a wheelchair to go down these steps?
You know, I don't, and that's
we'll get one of those lifts that they put on attached to the handrail.
I like those now. And the lady that did that always reminded me of. Thank you, Crystal, and thank you, Lisa Poole. The lady always reminded me of Mrs. Cleaver. She would come in, and they make it act like it's just so much fun, right? You've got the thing hooked to the rail. Hey, Bobby, thanks. They got the chair hooked to the rail.
Right.
And she comes in and she sits so petitely. And of course, she doesn't weigh 240 like me. She comes in and sits so petitely and kind of crosses her legs. And she's like, okay, cheerio, let's go up the stairs. I'm like, if I need to do that, I'll just buy a 1-story house.
There you go.
Why would you want to go up those stairs? Now, I would like to have a place. And
I had an uncle put one in, and then he realized he didn't like.
He's kind of gripey for.
I'm going to tell you what I am. I'm a talent snob. I want to come in.
No talent.
That's real debatable. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I want to come in, do the show, and leave. I don't want to deal with all the crap that comes from having to boot up computers and reload software and all that. Heather Stewart, y'all be safe on the road this morning.
Which is what you do every morning anyway.
Well, you can make that argument. You two guys can team up. What are y'all, a union of unpaid laborers?
Yes, that's exactly what we are.
That's 100% correct.
The Wade and Carter weather is brought to you by the great folks at AT Dillon Feed. Ash has a litany list of things we need to talk about this morning. Not yet. It's 70 degrees in Victoria under mostly clear skies. We're heading to a high today of 87. Your weekend looks great. Saturday and Sunday, a little slip there. Saturday and Sunday will be sunny with highs of only 87. And we don't break 90 until next Friday.
What are the overnight lows? Because that always makes for pleasant high school football watching.
Well, tomorrow morning, 66,
Nice.
Sunday, 66, 65, 66, 67, 69, and then 70 next Friday.
Thank you,
By the
Tammy
way,
Keeling, for letting us know we're back on that.
none of this is correct. None of this is right. The only two places that you can exist long-term and be wrong way over 50% of the time are as a weatherman and as the Democrat Party. Now, if you're Meclovio Perez,
You got both covered.
and you're just as dumb as a post and you're not a very good weatherman, then you go from San Antonio to Corpus and on down to Victoria, soon to be doing the weather in Inez. That's what happens. That's how you work your way down through the channel.
No, I think he's a pretty good weatherman. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. He's not getting younger and more attractive.
Now, see, I was not going to
That's-
disparage the man's looks. I think he's
No,
quite
that's
a
just-
handsome gentleman.
No, but I'm just saying they want somebody younger and better looking in the big station.
Have you seen the other weatherman on Channel 25? The
I'm
kid?
not talking here. I'm talking in the big cities.
Talking about the raccoon.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
David, but I can't disparage someone.
I mean, we have a face for radio, but that's where we are.
Who's on the podium this morning? I got something else.
What
to
a
talk
great
about.
group. You
Stephanie
need to tell
Connie,
them
Monty
about-
Howard, and Bobby Leister on the podium.
Look,
Yeah.
Stephanie Connie's like a double.
Yeah.
She's first and third. It's like a contest you won in college.
Hey, beer pong.
Yeah, that's it.
You win and lose.
You got first and third.
Make sure.
Well, they're making good time. They're already in Lampasas.
I know. They're
Y'all
making
be,
great
you got
time.
through Austin before the traffic. Good job, folks.
Scott Tomko says McClothio soon to be doing the weather report on Wade.
You know
Carter.
what? We would welcome him
Yeah,
in
we would.
because he's right as often as this weather app.
Absolutely.
Ostwell, says Andrew Alvarez. Nice. But not
Um,
Tivoli, not the combo.
No,
just Ostwell.
Just Ostwell. I've always got their own.
They got their own guy. He used to be on in Corpus.
So did our guy.
So dark over here.
Go to Deerlam Feeds Facebook page. Brian Deerlam put together a pretty good sort of recap, synopsis, forecast of what's going on with screwworms. There's quite the problem with them in Mexico right now, but it seems the problem is getting closer and closer to the Texas border, and that means just like the invasion of illegals over that southern border, the screwworms are going to be heading this way. Brian goes into great detail how they have to find sterile females, I believe, or sterile males and introduce them into the ecosystem because that's about the only way you can naturally kill them because the males exist only to mate.
Sounds like the ghetto.
Yeah. So, and they have, but Deerland Feed also has permethrin and all the other
Does
stuff.
that sound
you
like
need
inner
for-
city
to deal with it.
Chicago?
Pretty cool.
Now,
read.
here's a good idea.
Scott Tomko is
Sounds like
preseason
an
NHL.
A
Nobody
to
cares.
me.
Now, here's what we do. Here's what we do. Yes, great idea. Instead of having Planned Parenthood aborting babies in the inner cities, what you do is you introduce sterile men into that.
Vasectomies, mandatory.
Yes, if you're going to live in this zip code and you're over the age of 19, then we're going to sterilize you. We're going to neuter you effectively. I like that. And then that would stop the proliferation of all. And I wonder if it wasn't to collect another check, how many of these inner city women would be, fornicating?
I wonder if it would be cheaper to offer $500 to get a free vasectomy,
Oh, the brothers would line up.
and it would be a program that I don't know. It's just a
Instead of orange juice, they just give you a big 40 ounce and say, have a good day.
thought.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, it's a big deal. There's a big deal going on. Here's what nobody seems to realize, and I think it's worth noting. The screwworm does not respect nor recognize the Rio Grande border as our, as that's it. We're in Mexico. We can't go across. So it's coming north, and it's time to do something to keep it there. Napalm, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Andrew Alvarez asked if he can get retro pay if he'd already had one.
Right. There's my sweet bride. Hello,
Yeah.
Dawn Nicole.
Wishing you a happy birthday.
Yep. She's always 20 years younger than me. And I told her once, I said, I wish I'd have met you 30 years ago. But of course, she would have been 12. Guess we could have got married at Epstein's Island. I don't know. Very odd. She's awesome.
Isn't that where you had your first date?
That's right. First date.
The views expressed by Brenda are not actually
I
the
met her in a
expressed views of
cabana.
the show.
I met her in a cabana. I was down there with Bill and Don Sr.
That portrait of Bill in the blue dress was supposed to be
Right.
you.
And that Prince Andrew, what a sloppy drunk he was. But I rescued Dawn from those gentlemen.
You didn't date her, you groomed her.
Bill Clinton was like, "Hey, I want the blonde with the curly hair. Reminds me of the women in Arkansas." No, she's awesome. Thank you,
she's a
sweetheart.
saint
I can't
for putting
believe
up with
she's
you.
up. She's off
I know.
on Friday.
What is she
and
doing up?
I
Why is
don't
she
know.
awake?
She's probably preparing herself for my birthday. Probably not.
Which means she's rolling over and going back to sleep now
Absolutely.
that she's wished you a happy birthday.
She's absolutely. She's already turned us off. There's no chance she's even listening right now.
No.
There's James Comey. He looks like he could host a late night TV show, but in
You
reality,
think he's had some plastic surgery done?
yeah, and I think he's in big trouble. Big trouble. I love how the New York Times said Comey indicted after the president, puts pressure on the government. But the president simply said, "Well, we know now."
The pressure came to, I guess, the prosecutors to get it in front of a grand jury, and that was
Right.
it, right?
The indictment had been prepared. It had just been laying on the corner of a desk. It's not like that Pam Bondi just dreamed up this indictment 3 days after the president said, "Go get those people." The buzzwords all over social media were that the administration would never follow through and would never actually indict Comey. Trump showing really respect for the Democrat position. Remember, the Democrats, not the country, the Democrats impeached Donald Trump twice to no avail. Yes, sweetheart, you did wish me a happy birthday about 4 a.m. Correct? Yes,
Well,
you did.
also remember the Democrat Party was the one saying that nobody is above the law when they were going after Donald Trump, right?
Let's see who's calling. Just
Now,
this is a ballsy call on a Friday. I got no caller ID. Hello, who are you and what's going on? Oh, hang on. Oh, whoever it was said happy birthday, Brent, and they hung up. But thank you. It said no caller ID. I think my phone must have had an update.
so
Yeah,
how did we'll get to that in a second here?
I agree with you, BJ, 100%. It scares me.
So just a few years ago, nobody was above the law, according to the Democrat Party, when referring to Donald Trump and the impeachment and
now
all that
it's
stuff,
political
right?
retribution.
Now Comey is above the law. If you really listen to what the Democrats are saying, that and okay, there might have been agreed. The New York Times probably a little liberal with their headline pressure to get the case in front of a grand jury. But you know what? Donald Trump wasn't in that room with the federal grand jury going, "You got to find him guilty. You got to indict him. You got to indict him." He wasn't doing that. And the grand jury decided, you know what? We're going to reject one of the counts brought against him. And I know the threshold for the grand jury a lot less than the jury of 12 in the courtroom and all that, blah, 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 blah. But they indicted him on a case of making a false statement and obstruction in a criminal case and rejected one of the charges. Comey then decides to go to Instagram and profess his innocence and says he's looking forward to the fight.
That's what all the guilty people say.
And you
Nobody looks forward
why?
to going to court with the feds. They win
No.
99.3% of the time.
Well, and here's the thing:
7% of the time.
5-year maximum prison sentence in a federal prison if convicted on each charge,
He'll plead out when it's all said and done. You hide and watch.
even if he's found guilty. And he's sentenced to the maximum 5 years in both charges. They'll say, you know what? We'll run them concurrently.
Right. And
So now
he'll
he's
serve
at
2
5 years, and he'll serve
18
2,
months. 18 months.
and he'll
on
be
good
out
behavior.
of club fed, and then he'll write a book, and then he'll go on a speaker tour, and the Democrat bleeding hearts will pay all sorts of money for this. He'll get appearance fees on talk shows and blah, blah, blah. And Comey will come out smelling more like a rose than
That's
he
right.
did going in. The only difference is, as a convicted felon, he won't be able to legally own a firearm
or
vote. That's it. He'll be richer than he's ever been.
You make this sound like it's not so bad. Like, can I take my golf clubs to Club Fed?
I think you can.
What did get torn? What else did they say? Because people were BJ Nelson said. And by the way, Tammy Williams, I just reached out to Steve Tyler to see if he'll give us a call. Hillary, I'm going to tell you that I'm seeing an uptick in Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton is trending upwards because the left has no leadership. The left has no agenda. The left has no leadership. Remember this.
She's making a run for president.
I think she is.
28.
I think she may run for president in 28. And let me tell you, she would destroy Kamala Harris in her debate. And you would hear Kamala Harris bring up Benghazi and infidelity. And what was that guy's name? Vince Foster. It would all come back to the surface as Cam the Slam tried to find a way to combat the power that is still, sadly, in this country, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, right now, Kamala Harris is on a book tour. She's out promoting her new book. It's
terrible.
You open it and it's just a bunch of blank pages, but it's only $19.95 in hard copy. But you can use it as a journal. But Cam is out there on the circuit right now, and Hillary Clinton is stealing all of her thunder. And this is not, I promise you, this is not being ignored by the publisher. Like, Hillary, we got Cam the Slam trying to get some quotes in, and she's still throwing around. She's kind of conflicted right now because she'll say, I want to talk about the intricacies of the office. And then 5 minutes later, I was working with Joe Biden, and you know what I'm saying? And she can't figure out if she's Indian or ghetto or black or inner city black or uneducated black or educated black.
Or partially Canadian.
She can't figure it out. I lived in Montreal. It was a beautiful neighborhood, but I was in the ghetto working at McDonald's. She's a liar in the worst order. But Hillary's coming out and saying, we've got to do this. This is an attack on democracy. Hillary's talking from like a statesman's perception of all the things. Oh, it's just unbelievable. Scott Snow says, you got to love how our local news stated that Trump instructed the Department of Justice to go after political critics. I couldn't find anywhere where Trump said that. Even Google said there's no proof he said that. That's the rhetoric that fuels the left. I heard just
there's the problem with free speech in a sense. There's no retribution for the lies.
That's right.
And the propaganda spewed by the media that is the left.
Randy Langston says, yeah, take a good look at our local news. If you do, you'll be the other person doing so. Nobody pays any attention to our local news. And I'll even say this humbly. Sadly, Ash, you and I are the only people in this region that talk about Victoria's real goings on. We are. That's why that you'll hear a story and we won't talk about it immediately. And people are like, I can't wait to hear what Wade and Carter's going to say about this. And then we wait a week because we finally figure out what really happened. And that matters. What really happened matters.
Tammy Williams says, did you all see where Steve Tyler compared staying in the court system to fight for the tougher penalty? I guess that would be the death penalty. Would be too expensive when streets need to be fixed.
Let me tell you this. I just got a text here from my buddy Derek Lewis. He lives in Austin, right?
Okay.
But I can't ever say Derek Lewis without saying he's from Paris, Texas. And Derek is saying it's 66 degrees in Kennebunkport right now. He's Let me tell you what he's doing. He did one night in Portland, Maine, 2 at a friend's cabin at 5 Islands. Tonight he was in Kennebunkport. He's going to Woodstock, Vermont. Sunday dinner with an old friend in Boston. Then Monday through Thursday in Austin with Austin friends at their annual Winged Foot golf trip.
So he's not at Bethpage Black going to the Ryder Cup.
No, but I'd rather be with him.
Yeah, so would I.
Right. Today, Friday, President Trump actually going to Bethpage Black to attend the Ryder Cup. And you know that when the president shows up, can you hear it? USA, USA.
Absolutely.
And I think he's doing it to kind of, massage his ego. It's kind of like when we go to the mall, just so people mock. Well, it doesn't really happen. But at any rate, I would rather be with Derek Lewis, number one, because I think he's more interesting than Donald Trump, and number two, because I'd love to play Winged Foot. I don't get invited to that trip.
No.
We could do Wade and Carter remote. You and I could have our own cart. What do you do? What do you do at Winged Foot? Do you have a Bloody Mary, or do you start out with a screwdriver?
Bloody Mary, I think.
Bloody Mary to start. But at Winged Foot, it's probably got like a couple of jumbo shrimp and then the celery with the leaves on it still.
Maybe a pickle.
Oh man. And the okra, the pickled okra?
No, can't.
No
Too
okra.
mushy.
Okay.
I never get invited.
Yeah. Well, we need a 4 caddy. You can run out there and go, hit it here. You know, Cody be over there like kicking me out of the rough back into the fairway.
I didn't see nothing.
Did I tell you that I hit it really good the other day?
You did.
I'm sure I did. I'm sure.
Because you never tell me when you hit it really bad.
No. I play 12 times a month, but I only tell you about once a month. Boy, I hit it good yesterday.
I had no idea you played that much.
Yeah.
Because you only tell me about 4 golf stories a year.
I'm a 4 handicap on the range.
Randy Langston says so much isn't talked about, it's swept under the rug, and plenty of lies from the script.
Well, more than one. NBC this morning also reporting Comey indicted after pressure from the president. Yeah. It's all a spin. It's a sad deal that the left likes to hate on Donald Trump so much, but they point out accurately that it's Donald Trump in the middle and everything is on the periphery. And they're the ones that make it all about Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump is like the bullseye and everything else is, am I wrong?
No.
It's all rotating around Donald Trump, and the left makes it that way. But, they've got nothing. They've got a bag of nothing because it's all the hypocrisy, which is the ultimate tell of the left. It's all coming back to haunt them. Nobody's above the law. Okay, then let's indict Letitia Verl, or whatever her name was, Letitia James, and let's go ahead and indict James Comey for obstructing justice and basically lying to a committee.
Let's indict everybody that was involved in getting the FISA warrants.
Yeah, it was all fraud. Don't forget, the whole Russia hoax. Yeah, Marsha. Here's
the thing, though. And then we'll take a break. The federal.
You better tell us now because you can forget it.
I know. That's what I want to do now.
Yeah, go ahead.
The feds, seriously, since J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI needs to be dismantled, and rebuilt in some form.
Yeah. I don't hate Kash Patel. I think he was brilliant in Congress. He just undressed. He undressed I don't understand.
But I don't think
going to Congress to testify, Ash, became like a roast. Like you sit there and they talk bad about you and ask me a question. But these guys are cabinet members. They don't have to listen. A senator talking down to Kristi Noem is an idiot. You don't do it. Let's take a quick break. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends, last night was great. We had one game, folks. What do we have? 20 people there?
Yep,
at least
exactly.
20.
I counted.
And in one of the games, 5 people at our table won that game. And Stephanie Connie had 2 computers, and each computer won. At the end of the day, $150 game got them each $5.75.
13 ways or something like that.
That wasn't nice.
But anyway,
Palace Bingo,
we had winners again.
Fun time.
USA
Concrete Coatings, 578 Home. Let Charlie Garcia come out and help you with your concrete, whether you need it leveled, cracks sealed, or you want to put down a tough as nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade, call USA Concrete Coatings today. Veracruz Restaurant, Chicken Fried Friday.
It is.
Get in, have a chicken fried steak.
Last day of the week to get in there.
You may say to me, this is not my wife. This is not my beautiful house.
I was just going there.
Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Get into Veracruz today. I'll tell you what you could do. You could have chicken fried steak and cover it in queso instead of gravy. Or you could cover
Isn't
it
that
in
just cheese gravy?
cheese gravy. You could cover it with, it'd be like cheese curds, but with meat. That'd be like like ravioli. Anyway, you could put hot sauce on it. They have the most amazing hot sauce. A little side of guac on your chicken fried steak. The key is the chicken fried steak is wonderful. Allen's Wrecker Service.
578-6300.
Allen's your go-to. Let Alan Miller and his team get you from here to there without a care.
Or is
Just
it
give 'em a
Janet
call.
and her team?
Janet, Janet is,
She's the quarterback.
she works. He works for her, no doubt about it. The Dollar Floor Store, but you tile, carpet, laminate, luxury vinyl, whatever you need, reach out to the Dollar Floor Store. We do. The Dollar Floor Store is legit. Chopping block, get in this weekend.
Barbacoa Boudin for the weekend.
Oh, it's fantastic. They also have about 5 or 6 different specialty sausages, all-American cheeseburger sausage, things like that. The steaks are
you like the
beautiful.
breakfast sausage.
I do. I love the breakfast sausage. And I haven't
You love the sausage.
given John Turner, the owner, a hard time, but it appears to me that when they have what they call spicy breakfast sausage, it's like they make their normal breakfast sausage and then they just put a crust of crushed red pepper on top of it. And that's the spicy.
And
It's
it
got
is.
to be good. He's going to make a Wade and Carter blend of that incorporates jalapenos and cheese.
Nice.
So looking forward to that. White Trash Services and White Trash Site Services. BJ Nelson reported yesterday, White Trash Services is having their best month ever. Now,
It's got to be because of us.
probably. That's because last month was also their best month ever, and the month before that was their best month ever because they are growing exponentially at White Trash. Give them a call at 550-1826.
Tammy Williams, Democrats, let me speak wrong info. That is incorrect, but I'm still going to argue the point, even though it's not true. She says, case in point, our state representative, AJ Louderback's post about Tylenol. You and I were perusing that, and even when proven wrong, the liberals the leftists were still doubling down.
I just
they
don't
were
understand that. And Tammy, I'm being, I guess I'm pleading ignorance here to a degree, although not really. I think that the left is trying to make it sound. Dawn says, you told me about 13 times you hit the ball really well.
That was all the same shot.
It all started on number 1 with a bloody. What I think the Democrats are trying to do is, and I don't understand it. So as an analogy, and the Democrats use the analogies all the time, Republicans would rather one man shoot a bunch of kids with an AR-15 than let one single unwed mama abort a baby. I mean, these are totally separate issues, right? But if I told you as a college student, hey, Ash, it's going to come out later that your buddies that are smoking cigarettes, it causes lung cancer, dude. I mean, it's time to quit doing that. The Democrats are taking the position with Tylenol that would be akin to a guy saying, well, I smoked for years and I don't have lung cancer and my kids are all healthy. That doesn't negate the fact that smoking cigarettes can cause cancer and it's bad for you. So I took the time yesterday to do the research on an enzyme, or I think it's an enzyme called glutathione, and glutathione, and your brain, these cells can get depleted, which causes an inflammation, particularly in the brains of children and unborn children. That's why they're saying that when you're giving kids a bunch of vaccines, which also puts the immune system under distress and depletes glutathione, that when you add oh, baby, I'm sorry that you feel bad after your vaccines. Here, take some Tylenol. You're exponentially accelerating the problem. Now, that isn't going to make a living child necessarily autistic, but that fact set alone should make parents look for something other than acetaminophen to give their kids after they get shots. That's really just a common sense. But the Democrats, it's not Republicans doing this.
Suck it up. It doesn't hurt that much.
And they've been saying, I'll get my medical advice from a doctor, not from Donald Trump. Okay, fool.
You know what they've repushed in this? Well, Donald Trump told me to drink bleach during COVID.
Which was absolutely what he did not say. It's so clear. I listened to it just the other day. He says, you can go in and you can put bleach on something and kill all the germs. It would be, awesome if we could identify something that we could actually inject that would kind of do that in our system.
Yeah.
And he's just talking like a common man, exactly something that you and I would have a conversation about. Trying to give the nation hope at a time when people were panicking over a pandemic that nobody knew then was contrived. It just wears me out. The people that just want to hate on Trump.
Randy Langston says there's too many lettered agencies, too many private contractor companies. You will never clean the swamp. Yeah, I will say this. Where's the draining the swamp gone?
No, that's over. Derek says, hey, there are one or two liberals up here in Kennebunkport. He said there ain't no chicken fried steak to be found either. Anybody want a lobster roll?
Well, you know what? Go find a nice
Chianti and
fresh
fava beans,
fresh fish, and they smothered in brown butter.
Oh,
with a little dill, so good. Melissa Ann says her uncle's going to be working the Ryder Cup.
That's an angle. Let me tell you, I did something like for y'all. It's fair. What did Donnie say? I always like to read Dawn's comments after that. Was there something else after
I don't
that?
think so.
She went back to sleep. Bless her heart.
Absolutely.
She's had a long day. But the other day I was very, very blessed. Hint, folks, when you're out and about, two different groups of people brought me filleted flounder. And of course, flounder is a light, fluffy, white fish. It's not fishy. And I took that and I melted a stick of butter in a cast iron skillet. All I did was put a little salt and pepper on it. And I put it in there. Like I kind of let it come close to room temperature first, about 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other. And then I threw in some capers, and you and I talked about this. I'm just telling you the same story again because it was just that good. And then I added a little bit more butter just to kind of freshen up the sizzle and squeeze the juice of one lemon into there. So literally we had, flounder in a lemon butter caper sauce. It sounds so simple because it was
a little splash of white wine in there once you take the flounder out.
So good. Yeah, I took it out and let it simmer down. And then I poured that over the fish. It was like so restaurant quality. The only problem I had was that the fish, when you tried to plate it, it wanted to fall apart. It was just so phenomenal. Oh.
Andrew Alvarez says he's seen the TikTok videos of the pregnant women taking Tylenol just because of Trump.
Yeah, and you know what's bad is we now know that among males, the odds are like 1 out of 12 that one of those kids is going to end up on the spectrum. And you have to wonder if those mothers will ever look back and go, was it worth it?
Well, reports are at least one of them on ventilator and dying because they went toxic.
I don't feel like Donald Trump was trying to demean Tylenol.
No.
I think he was saying, hey, people should be excited. It's like I said yesterday. If Donald Trump came out and said, air is good, breathe it. It's super clean and crisp. Breathe the air, breathe deeply, hold it, release it. It's super. you would find liberals lined up around the Capitol with baggies over their heads, suffocating themselves. You can't tell us what to do. You can't tell us.
Randy Langston. Hey, I hear Trump says sitting in a closed garage with your car running is bad for your health.
Yeah, all the Democrats are out there right now going, I can beat it. I can beat this.
Run the dryer hose from your exhaust pipe into your car too while you're at it.
Torn Bill says, if the medical industry came up with a cure for cancer and Trump announced it, the left would denounce it.
No, absolutely true.
By the way, if you're a Democrat and you're having suicidal thoughts, the hotline is 988. Now 988, isn't that right? 988,
988, yep.
988, the suicide hotline. Talk to somebody. In fact, if you're a Democrat, just call 988 daily because somebody's there who cares, and they care so deeply. They will be there for you. Wow. That's Jarrett. That's interesting. Canada's coming Canada's way next, Jarrett says. The UK is proposing to make digital ID mandatory. Is that a chip, like a chip in your hand or something, so they can scan you?
I'm guessing tied to your phone. Yeah, probably, I guess. Well, what's interesting, remember we talked about this, I don't know, earlier in the year. Remember the ostrich farm in Canada that apparently had some sort of strain of avian flu and they wanted to kill all the ostriches on the farm?
Right.
Well, guess what? All the ostriches are still there. I think the last I heard earlier this week, a stay of execution was put in place by a judge in British Columbia because they went in to cull, aka kill, all the ostriches that are still alive and showing no signs of infection.
Guilt by association.
Because they're ostriches and who knows why, but apparently these birds may have also been used for some sort of scientific research.
Now the truth comes out.
On a COVID cure?
Yeah. Karen Murray
A
says
gentleman
that
I
was-
follow on Facebook called George Clark brought this up, and this guy's a pretty straight shooter. He's very much a libertarian in Alberta and does not usually go down conspiracy rabbit holes. But I don't know. He brought this up yesterday. I was like, you might be onto something, but apparently the RCMP are in there now and the whatever.
Not the mounted police.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
Can you
dun.
convert libertarian and Canadian to something in American? So I know what the difference would be.
No, libertarians
Just
are the
middle of
same
the road.
everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Karen Murray says that my dish was called flounder piccata.
There you go.
It's super good on the Lido deck. Yeah. Oh, look at
Digital
that. Digital ID, digital face recognition, drones with ALPR. Yep. We're on a great path. Big Brother is real. Big Brother is here. Big Brother really reared his head after 9/11.
What about Hegseth?
We have a problem with him?
Well, no, but he convened everybody back to
I think Russia's a
DC,
problem.
right?
Russia's a problem.
this was
It
on,
probably
this was
didn't
on our
help.
list to talk about.
Well, it probably didn't help that the other day when the president's teleprompter went down, that he referred to Russia as a paper tiger. That, I mean, it just probably didn't help. Yes, there were times that the Lakers owned the Celtics, but like Magic Johnson never said, Larry Bird sucks.
Paper Tiger, Crouching Dragon. Is that the one?
I don't know. Paper tiger. Like he said that and they're just saying emphatically, nobody can touch us militarily.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but do you want to be at war with 4 different countries at once? Adolf? I mean, nobody does.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth calling the nation's top military officers to a surprise in-person meeting next week in Virginia.
Well, it's not a surprise now. They're
No,
going
they
next
know,
week.
yeah. Why is it a surprise when he calls for a meeting you didn't know was coming? Isn't that the whole point of calling for the meeting?
It's like a pop test. The purpose
only
of the
one
meeting was not
surprised.
disclosed. We need transparency. We need to know who you're going to bomb. D-Day could never happen now. D-Day could never happen. You would have somebody like 361 Hood News out there with a drone. If you look here, you can see the Americans encroaching upon Omaha Beach.
The purpose of the meeting not disclosed. The order applies to officers of the rank of brigadier general or above or their Navy equivalent, along with top enlisted advisors. Military leaders are said to be worried by the directive, with some fearing the announcement of another reduction in force.
I don't think that's the case. 800 generals and admirals are spread across the world.
In May, the administration ordered a 20% cut to the ranks of 4-star generals and admirals and a 10% of
Oh.
the military's general and admirals.
Yeah, we don't need 800 generals.
They're
and
worried.
admirals.
No,
We could cut some of those guys.
we helped win World War II with like
6.
1/10 of that.
6 generals.
Yeah.
MacArthur,
Like seriously, I think
Eisenhower.
the number was like 80.
right?
In World
MacArthur,
War II.
Eisenhower, not Rommel. What was the other guy's name?
Oh,
George, Patton.
Patton.
Yeah, Patton. Yeah, that's it. That's the only 3 generals you really need, right? And then that one guy from England. What was his name? He was the head of the forces.
Johnny Hahn says having all the senior leaders from every branch in one location is unprecedented. I don't know. You think?
What was
you
the
think
guy's
we're
name?
going to war?
Head of the European campaign, Mac something. Not MacArthur, the general from England that was such a big shot.
Somebody will know.
No, Cody's looking it up. You kidding? Commander Cody, by the way, brand us. He's our go-to for all this type of stuff. He happens very quickly, and he's very, very responsive. If you need brand us, you can go to the brand us page on Facebook, just like it sounds, brand us, and send Cody a message. And by the way, tell him, say, I heard you on Wade and Carter, and Brent promised that you
Nope.
would answer my question for free, and he will answer your question for free.
Yes,
He
I'll do
may
that.
say the answer to your question is to send me a check, but at the end of the day, he is very much there.
Are you referring
Yes.
to?
That was Fox
Watch,
News.
you're fixing to do it.
That
Go
was
ahead and do it.
Fox
No,
News.
no,
I
go
was
ahead,
reading
go ahead.
about the-
Brett Baldwin chiming in. Thank you, Brett, for listening. He says it was Monty. I remember they called him Monty. It was Montgomery. Yeah. Not Monty Montgomery, not the golfer,
Not Monty Howard.
not Monty Howard either.
So Bernard Montgomery is his name.
They didn't call him Bernie, though. They called him Monty.
Monty.
Yeah,
Correct.
Montgomery. Montgomery Howard, certainly probably named after him.
Maybe.
Bernard Law Montgomery. Yeah, thank you. And now that the questions have all been answered, Tammy Killing says, are you talking about Montgomery? Yes.
Who's all going to the State Fair of Texas?
Well, it's the Texas OU game, but I won't be there.
Opens up today.
Yeah.
Over 2 million visitors expected.
Isn't that
every year.
something?
Pretty crazy.
What do they have there? Look there. Look, let me read it to you. Food and drink options include Hans brisket and Brew stuffed pretzels, Rousseau's Dubai chocolate funnel cake fries.
What is you got too lazy to twirl all the dough into a circle?
Oh no,
So you
it's-
just cut it into strips and make it into fries?
and the hot honeycomb lemonade shake-up. You'll recall that several years ago, there's really only one thing to get there: the original Fletcher's corny dog, and then maybe 50 beers. And then the other thing that you get there is they have fried ice cream and things like that.
Yeah.
The State Fair, long known for doing things like that. Big Tex is there, 55 feet tall.
The new one, because remember it burned a few years ago?
Yeah, how did Big Tex catch on
I
fire?
think it like somebody kicked the plug or something.
Conspiracy. Yeah.
A friend of mine was there when it was burning. I remember him sending me video of it.
So off the cuff, like unscripted, Cody's over there going like, don't do it. Don't do it. Do you put any credence at all into any of these conspiracy type theories about the death of Charlie Kirk? Or was it this, in your opinion, is it this Tyler Robinson guy? And, we all get injected daily with a dose of Main Street media.
Well, I tried to watch one last night that guy on the roof was in black. And I tried to tell people they're looking for somebody in black, not whatever they were describing him in.
He
I
could have
saw
those
the crappy,
NBA
saw the crappy grainy video.
Could have been blue.
Could have been dark jeans.
Sure could have been.
And you couldn't read anything on the t-shirt. And if I remember the pictures of him, his t-shirt was dark with an American flag on it. So, and this guy's going, that shirt didn't have an American flag on it. Well, yeah, because it wasn't painted up like the American flag.
So part of me says this guy,
Looking
Tammy
for-
Williams says yes, a big fat yes, and never thought it was Tyler. It turns out that Tyler is actually her cousin. But you wonder if the fact that he said, yeah, I did it, and that he had text messages to his transitioning male boyfriend, lover thing, you wonder if that's all a setup. If he was willing, and I'm making this up, but what if he said, if the Mossad pays me $200,000, I'm going to give it to Billy so he can come become Wilhelmina, and upon my death, he'll get the cash. And I'm depressed and I hate my MAGA parents, and it's time for me to mail it in. Is that possible?
Who knows?
I don't know. And see, the problem is when the left or the right, when the government, the dreaded government wants you to wrap up something, they put it all in a big old package with a real nice bow on it. And the American people, 80% of them, just gobble it up. They just gobble it up. And by the way, Tammy Williams, I agree with you 100%. I read the transcription by the FBI of what they said Tyler Robinson said, and I just don't believe that he wrote
I think that
it.
was proved to be deep.
Yeah, here.
Fake stuff. But
Let's
anyway, I don't
see.
know.
We have a caller. I'm always taking a chance. It says no caller ID. So good morning, caller. Who we got?
Happy birthday, Brent.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's
There you go.
I appreciate that. It is that.
Yeah. Look at the boy and tell he's not smart enough to think 2 steps ahead.
I don't
here's
disagree with
but
that.
here's the problem I have with that. Most criminals aren't smart enough to get away with anything for very long.
Right.
The smartest
criminals
ones
are not the
eventually get
smartest
caught
people.
too. Yeah. So I struggle with that.
Let's take a quick break and then we can bring in.
Hatred seems to have no brains anyway. If you hate somebody bad
That's right.
enough that you want to kill them, you're not very smart to begin with because you can't think logically enough to understand
And
the
you say to
arguments you're
yourself,
making.
I'm pretty smart and I've thought about killing so-and-so. And you're like, yeah, but you didn't do it because you were smart. Speaking of smart is for you to get down to Chesnick Furniture and see why Chesnick and Love make your house a home, and you just always do better at
True
Chesnick.
story, you do.
Get in and say you are now that they delivered that for you.
Mhm.
They took all the baggage and everything with all the trash with them.
Move furniture back that I had moved out of the way when they placed that furniture.
Wow,
Nice. Very nice.
that's
people.
nice.
Yep.
They make you a pot pie while they were there.
They did not.
Chicken fried steak,
I offered them one, but I would have had to defrost it and they didn't have time.
right? Paravita Wellness and the Vita Cafe. The brother man will be here in a moment. He'll tell you about the Vita Cafe. I've seen him there. Brother man will be at the Vita Cafe. Go by and see him. Brother man did not make it to bingo last night.
No, he did not. But
Had-
Tommy Jost was there in his brother man T-shirt.
Unbelievable.
Make it.
He was not adequate. I love Tommy, but he was not.
He tried
adequate.
to talk to everybody,
It
but
was
he,
not
did, he
the
didn't
same.
teach them all.
It was not.
That's the
same.
difference.
Absolute. He was great. Atzenhofer and Atzenhofer.com. Get into Atzenhofer this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Get in there and peruse all the new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot. Patrick Strauss says the Horns have their toughest week till mid-November this week. They're open. Went Services and Went Electrical. Went for all your generator needs. Patrick, who do the Aggies play this weekend? I just bring me an update. Went Auburn. Don't look past Auburn, although A&M should win that game. Went Services for all your electrical needs. You need a Generac generator, American-made product right here in River City. If you're driving down Main Street, brother man,
Yes, sir.
you can see the huge Went flag. They are proud Americans. They're very, very proud Victorians. Went
Excellent.
Services for all your electrical needs. HR Mallory chimes in. Hello, Super Trooper. Hope you're doing good, my brother. The brother man's in. The applause is deafening per usual and per
HR.
his contract. How are you, great
I'm
one?
good, sir. I hated to miss y'all last night, but there was all kind of stuff. The library had their 50th year anniversary. The Victoria Public Library, they had mixers yesterday, a couple of them, Hispanic Chamber, the Victoria Chamber. A lot of
Did
stuff.
you,
and I
go,
thought
did you
about
make
you.
it by the chamber?
I did.
And I
Connie
appreciate
Creek.
you going because just as Tommy Just represented you
He did.
at bingo, you represented me at Colony Creek, and I appreciate that because I
covered
would've
you,
been-
baby.
I appreciate that.
They
I
know we're
would've been
together.
there. Absolutely.
And it was everything was great, just so much on one night.
I need to get you a pin with my
Give me
caricature
one.
on it, and you can wear
Yeah.
that on your lapel.
Gotcha. I love
Right?
you. Did anybody win? Give me a quick
Oh
update.
man, yeah,
We had lots of winners.
we
Lots
had
of
one
winners.
game. It was a $150 game, and in one of the games,
Of the 13 winners, 6
13
were at our
winners,
table.
6 of the winners were at our table.
Fantastic. Lots of winners.
Well,
we
not
didn't get
really. You only get
shushed.
$10 each or whatever it was.
Well, that's something.
We didn't get shushed.
we didn't get shushed, and I credit that to our own Junior Samples not being there.
Yes, Junior
Junior-
was not there.
Well, okay.
And by the way,
we
gang,
love him.
By the way, quick prayers for Bob Constantine. Bob's, as y'all know, Bob's been back and forth with his health.
I assume he
liver
didn't make
issues,
it.
kidney
He
issues.
didn't make it.
He
last
didn't make
night.
it there last night. And yesterday he called and I went and met him. He had to go over to Citizens. He had visited with
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
McNeil. And I'm not certain if they admitted him. I think he may have gone home. But just keep Bob in your prayers. Peter McNally points out it's a good intro for you. Says the Ryder Cup is at Bethpage Black. It's
Ryder Cup. Yeah.
New York's finest municipal. What you have any prediction? I mean, I
I'm
think
going
U.S. wins. right?
U.S. wins, and they have the doubles matches today. I think 4 of them. So we'll keep up with that throughout the weekend. I love golf.
I'm going
Don't
to go
you?
home. It's my
I'm-
birthday. I'm going to go home and get on the
Today's your
sofa. Yes,
birthday?
sir. and get on the
Happy
sofa and do
birthday to
nothing.
you, brother. I
Thank you,
knew
man.
it was coming up.
Yep.
What's
Yep.
today then? What date is today?
26th.
26th. I remember.
But see,
that.
you know how it is. So Katie's is the 25th and
Yep.
Kyle's is the 23rd.
Yep. There you
Kendall's
go.
the only one that was born in January.
So today, happy birthday to you. Many more, Brent.
Thank you,
I love
thank
you,
you.
son. I watched you grow many of those years since a
Yep.
small kid.
You notice he
You've been
didn't
with
say he
me.
watched me grow up. He
You
just
grow-
said he watched me grow.
Bro,
Yeah.
you grew up. Your
Yeah.
mother would say you grew up too. You know
Yeah.
it?
There you go.
Love it. And you know, always great to be with you. I hope you have a great day and a great week. All right, I got a couple of things
I
here.
need to hear him.
All right, real quickly for the weekend for activities. We know that's what people like to do. The art walk is tonight downtown from 5 to 9. Art all over the square. I mean, up and down Main. There's music. The Viva Texas Film Festival starts today throughout the weekend. Just
Now-
check it online.
When they say art walk,
Yes, sir.
is that akin to a bar crawl?
No, sir. What they have
Yeah.
included
Hey,
that.
come on, Cody.
It is absolutely.
Don't you have a feeling that
Well,
everybody's
not
going to be
tonight.
walking
I mean,
around?
you can walk in there. There might be some art in summer.
Right. And the art is going to be there, and people will be walking around with those little
Say
those
it's your
clear
birthday.
plastic cups with their pinky out. I suck.
But it-
I'm
it's-
going to start going to the nave after this.
all right, you could some of that.
I'm with you.
sometime.
Yeah, good. No, it's a Friday afternoon deal. It should
It's
be
a
fun.
Friday afternoon, evening deal. We
Yes,
gave you
sir.
a couple of things, and also starting at 8:00 tonight or today, 2 flights, Crossroads Builders Association golf tournament, and that's at Colony Creek. So you got golf, 2 flights. They really picked up on their numbers that are playing.
Oh,
today.
good. Fantastic.
That's good. So there's what you. Oh, and Sunday, big one, and I always do it too. There's so much this weekend. The Czech Heritage Society's Czech Festival down at the community center. It's a big event.
Are you going to wear
It's
your,
always
what do
a
you
big
call
one.
that? Your lederhosen? What do you
Yeah.
call it? Is it with the little
Leder.
straps and
That's
the
German.
German
That's
bike?
German.
Every little
German,
Swiss,
though.
you Swiss hat, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
they
Sure.
got the Red Ravens, the Checkaholics, old fashioned chicken noodle soup,
Oh, that
the beef
sounds
stew meal.
great.
It's really is good. It's good stuff there. So a lot of stuff this weekend. Ash, birthday boy.
You
with
know what's
right now.
great? You know what's great about the brother? I mean, besides so many things that are great about the brother, one thing that's great about the brother is like he doesn't just tell you what the event is. He's like, the VFW. Well, I always make the one in October because that's when they have the ribeyes and the bump. He knows the food
But the
agenda.
old fashioned
Yes,
chicken
always.
You know
noodle.
what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the chicken
Well,
noodles.
We've only been there 1,000
Look,
times.
Isn't all chicken noodle soup old fashioned, really? I mean,
It-
He won't say it on the
Ash.
air. He won't
Great.
say it on the
That's great.
air, but he knows.
it's great.
He knows which Catholic fundraiser has the best food. He
Yep.
won't say it, but he
Turkey and
knows.
dressing next
See,
week.
he
NA.
He knows.
So we
Turkey
could
and
do
dressing
it.
at NA.
There's so much stuff going
So
on. Really
fun.
good stuff. I love you guys. Now,
so the
Uh,
Astros make the playoffs.
do
That's
they
what I
make-
want to know.
all right, I'm pulling for them, but
Do
one
they
of the-
make it?
one of the I'm going to go, sure, I'm going to pull for him. So
Sure,
I
they're
say
gonna make
yes.
it. They're going to make it.
Not
to
a
make it.
chance.
Christian Walker went off yesterday. The Astros look good. The Astros first state Bank of Louise update. brought
need
to you
all-
by the
we need to
First
win
State
them
Bank of
all.
Louise.
Need to win them all.
We need to win them all.
Win 'em
We're
all.
gonna
Detroit needs
get-
to lose 2, I think.
I think Detroit does need to lose 2 or
They're up
lose
1.
also.
Well,
They're up
okay.
1.
Cleveland and Detroit, one of those are in.
Cleveland's
one of
in.
those are
Detroit
Thank you,
1 game
Michelle.
ahead of us for the third
Final
wild card.
spot. Yeah.
And Boston's only 2 games up.
Yeah. That's it. One of those teams gets left
It's
out.
fun. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't believe that the Astros have the moxie this year to make a deep playoff
You
run.
never know, though, brother.
And anything can happen once you reach the playoffs. But if they don't reach the playoffs, I'm not calling for anybody's head. I'm not blaming it on Joe Espada. I'm telling you, we've had more injuries than anybody in the history of
Yes,
baseball.
sir.
But I will say this: is it time to move on from Yordan Alvarez? The guy is hurt. Always, I mean, he crossed home plate and broke his foot or whatever he
Tell
did.
you what, you can move on pretty quick. I know about 30 teams that would give you pretty much anybody you want to have.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
He ain't going nowhere.
No.
Which is
We just
Grab his ankle and get him in the box. I told him, did he break his ankle? Or
I
is
don't
it,
know what he.
yeah, the
did.
whole deal is, I said, brother, an NFL player gets a cortisone shot and some of that white ankle tape, and he's back out there the next week. You're now baseball players are like thoroughbred horses. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks to indefinitely.
Yeah, but that's turning different now in football. They're starting
Yeah.
to miss a lot.
He's
Oh.
Yao Ming of the majors.
That's
mean-
not a bad analogy.
Right. Actually,
When he's on, he's great, but when he's not, he kills you.
I'll tell you what, I'm going Stros, but I mean, rough season this year, really rough.
I had somebody
We
tell
said
me
94.5 they would top
they
it,
ain't gonna make it, are they?
and not even close.
I had somebody tell me the other day.
There's not a team in the majors that's going to win 100 games this year.
I don't think so, right?
I said, what
Milwaukee
do you do?
wins out; they only get to 99.
What do you do next year when Isak Paredes comes back and you've got
Correa.
you've got Correa and you've got Pena. I mean, Pena and Altuve, by the way, Altuve made another error yesterday at second. It's just it was so routine. He just like booted it.
Start platooning him with Correa at second.
Well, we
No.
got
I think what you do, what this guy suggested is you put Paredes at first and you put Correa at
What do
third.
you do with Christian Walker?
I was going to say maybe you DH him.
What do you do with Yordan because he's not durable
You
to
done
play
traded
anywhere?
him. You done got rid of Jordan. We've got 3 starting pitchers. No, I think you've got to have Paredes must be in your lineup.
some more pitching too.
And I think Correa maybe becomes expendable. I'm glad he's back. I think he's matured, but Paredes made me forget about Bregman. Yeah. And that's hard to do.
Watch out if they get in the playoffs, so they just might turn around a little
If they
bit.
get healthy and get it done, yeah.
Cowboys win this weekend?
Cowboys
lose to the
oh,
Packers.
The question is, will they cheer for Micah Parsons or not?
No, is he playing in Dallas?
They're going to have a
Sunday
video.
night game.
They're going to have a video on the screen. Jerry's
I
going to
think
put
they'll
a
cheer
video
for him.
of Micah Parsons highlights. And the question is,
They'll cheer for him. Dallas
I'm-
Cowboys.
I'm
fans
going to
are
cheer for him,
class.
too.
Fans will cheer.
But
That's the
isn't that
question.
just like Jerry Jones? No,
Gonna put
I'm
it
telling you, it's just like Jerry Jones. You let a guy walk because you're too tight to pay him.
All right.
That's the bottom line. And then you seek sponsorship to put a video on your jumbotron
that's what they're
to
going to
laud
do.
him.
Yeah.
And
Right,
that-
Micah Parsons is brought to you by Miller Lite. They'll get $100,000 to put a video up
put it in
there
the bank.
of Micah.
And
That's
I
what
think,
they're
and I
gonna
think,
do.
and I think the Texans beat Tennessee this week.
I think so
They're
too.
due.
They're favored to win.
0-3, they're due. And Cowboys, I don't know. You just don't know what's
The
going to show up.
Texans are more exciting than the Cowboys. I have to admit that.
Cowboys are going to lose to the Packers.
Yeah.
Cowboys, I wouldn't be surprised there. Aggies and Auburn, Aggies.
Yeah, I think
I
the
think the
Aggies win it.
Aggies win. Are they playing
So
at home?
They're playing at home.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the Aggies win.
Yeah.
Texas
Aggies
doesn't
are
play till
good.
next week.
Yeah, that's great. Texas is going to beat Florida. Get ready for that.
That's following week. We'll
Yeah.
be here for that.
U.S. or Europe in the Ryder Cup.
I'm going
Brother and
US.
I said U.S.
We just said
Right.
U.S.
I agree.
Well, brother man, we love
Thank
having you here. Thank you for everything
Your humble
you do,
servant.
sir.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Over under. Brent drinks too much Saturday night.
No chance. I'm
There we
going to go. I'm going to take my lovely bride tomorrow morning. And I told Cody this. I said, one of the great things about being able to say that I'm married to my best friend
Yes, sir.
is
That's
we're going to throw
well said.
one overnight bag.
Well said.
One bag, Dawn. We're going to throw one bag into the back of her car and we're just going to leave.
good
tomorrow
for you.
and spend
Good
the
for
day
you, son.
and spend the night. And there's no chance that I will be overserved. I'm
Good.
going to act right.
I'm going over just for the record.
Oh, thanks. Hey, love
Happy
you guys.
birthday, buddy.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Have a
We'll
great
see you
weekend,
on Monday.
everybody. God bless.
Bye,
Bye,
folks.
folks.
Hot wired a city truck and turned it over.